There's a lot of excitement. Yesterday we're going to consider picture day, so today was the first day. The guys got in yesterday. We shared stories and stuff. We got a lot of people having kids and things like that. So really just sharing stories, and then also just getting excited for the competition between each other, because we did a lot of talking amongst each other with OTAs and things like that. So training camp when we get at it for real.
So how intense are those kind of conversations, especially between the offense and the defense?
Man, we like to compete. That's the main thing. So they get kind of chippy, but for the most part, it's just competition, really.
Gained any strength? You look, your arms look pretty big.
Yeah, I kind of worked on a lot of like plyo measures over the off season and stuff. Biggest thing was like inside of my body, health wise and things like that. Longevity during the season, being able to play full speed the whole season.
Did you gain any weight?
Still like 225. So around the same, more muscle mass than anything, lower body fat.
You had obviously a really big year last year, but just talk about what's next for you and just kind of your goals heading into the season.
Biggest thing, taking this defense to another level and withholding the standard of the defense. Last year we set a foundation for the defense, and so now it's withholding the standard. So that's my most important thing, number one. But then as far as like personally, leaving no doubt, that's the biggest thing.
What is your standard?
My standard or the team standard?
Both.
Oh, man, the team standard is, man, we're going to run fast, we're going to hit fast, communicate and things like that. Personally, man, be the first person to the ball at all times, and then be the energy person on the field.
How much are you looking forward to getting back to going against Aaron, and how much he helps the defense progress?
Oh, I'm very excited. One thing about Aaron, bro, he don't mind stopping in the middle of practice and things like that. Be like, hey, let me talk to you real quick. Let me show you the reason why I threw that. Let me also work with you on this. So let's be honest, he's a gold jacket type quarterback, so anything he say, I'm taking into consideration on my game. And then it also helps me during the game. It helps us during the game time, as far as like, all right, if Aaron's seen this, I know for a fact these quarterbacks gonna see it too, so it makes us better also.
What do you want the next level of the defense to be?
Next level of the defense. Right now, we're mostly like based. I think like last year, we had a statement saying that we wanted to be like one of the great defense. So like now, our standard is for other people to say like, hey, we want to be like the 2023 and 2024 defense, or just defense. That's like mindset. But the focus every single day is like, all right, being the best defense today, being the best defense in the meetings, being the best defense at walkthrough. So we're just taking it day by day.
What did you think last year of your quarter, Aaron, trying everything he could to get back in time for a playoff push? What did you think about that?
The mindset, that's the most thing we can talk about, just that winning type mindset. That mindset is to keep pushing no matter what. The adversity, when adversity hits, no matter what you get, just keeping your mind focused. So the biggest thing we took from that is like the way he battled adversity and his mindset toward it, showing it up every single day, and then also being there on game day with the players, and then also with the coaching staff helping us win also. So really just like adversity, and not like as soon as it hit, like you just go downhill, but as soon as adversity hit, he's still trying to find a way to be out there on the field, as far as like whether that's on the headset or whether they're just getting a couple of passes in and things like that, or just coaching, even the defense on times of like, hey, I'm seeing this out there, so I know if he's seeing that, the other quarterback's seeing that too.
Trying to come here day in and day out and be the best team that I could be, that's just accolades. None of that changes the fact that, I'm still trying to be a sponge. I have older guys around me and guys my age. I still don't know everything that I need to know, and I'm not perfect, like I always say, so I'm still just trying to find ways to just keep getting better and improve my game and find ways to be able to help others as well.
How do you do that? How do you continue to get better? What do you need to work on?
Man, everything. I'm one of those guys, I do EDD, everyday drills, but, it's more than just on the field, just how I come in and day out and watch guys like DJ, the way he just take notes and everything like that. I'm just trying to not just know what I have to do and what the secondary have to do, but just know what the backers have to do, what the D-line have to do, so I can know when to expect the ball to be out, just certain things like that.
We talked to Quentin and Garrett, and they talked about how Aaron sets the standard here. Just talk about, from your perspective, how has Aaron set the standard for you and some of the rest of your teammates?
Oh man, he definitely does. Just watching him and how he attacked the day. It's just something as little as him just picking different people to just have lunch with, have breakfast with, you know, when he come in the building. Just little things like that is just how you think, like, man, he really a great dude. And football, football is football. You know, he's been around a while and he's played for another team, and so he know how things should be ran. And you know, he's a leader. You know, when he's in the building, you know, he have a standard, and that's the standard we follow. And it's not just that; his standard aligns with the standard that Coach Saleh has set. So we just all on the same page, and we understand that the best teams are the player-led teams, and you know, Aaron is a true leader.
After all he went through last year to try to get back to play, what was it like for you seeing him out there today?
It was great. You know, I'm a competitor, and I know he's a competitor. He's not one of those guys who he wants you just feeling a lot of sympathy for him. You know, when he's on the field, he wants you to give it your all because he know he's going to give it his all. So, you know, I'm sure y'all probably heard me. I was out there talking a lot and communicating, and he was out there giving me that look like I'm still going to go at you no matter what talking you're doing. So, you know, it's great to just have him out there on the field.
Since you've been here, the Jets have finished top 5 in defense both years. Just how much better can you and also the rest of your team is on the defensive end continue to be?
I mean, you always think that you can get better, you know, day in, day out, year in, year out. You know, you don't never want to be complacent because, you know, top 5 is not good enough. That's just the standard that we have. And we just know the guys that we have in the building, especially in the defensive room, like, we can be where we want to be. So, you know, we think we can improve a lot, you know, from last year.
What do you want to be?
Just the best, whatever that is. But, you know, we know that we want to be the best. And everything that we do from when we walk in the building to when we leave the building, you know, has to align with whatever the best is.
Not just the defense, but what is your expectation for this team this year with all the changes that were made, Aaron being healthy?
I mean, I know it's a lot of changes. It's a lot of guys that's came here, whether it's they got traded, picked up from free agency, or drafted. You know, we just taking it one day at a time. You know, we in training camp. You know, we just gonna make sure we attack training camp. You know, we not thinking too far down the road. You know, I feel like we did that a lot, you know, the past couple of years. And, you know, even with hard knocks and stuff like that, it's like it's a little bit extra that it put on you. But, you know, we just making sure we be where our feet are, you know, when we stay in the moment.
With Aaron in practice, there's some quarterbacks around the league in practice that check down a lot because they don't want to throw interceptions. How helpful is it for defensive backs that he has no fear and he's going to try all kinds of things so you guys have more attempts to make plays on the ball?
And it's great. It's great, like you said. You know, he'd rather throw the ball out down the field, you know, and still you got guys like Garrett he'll jump extremely high and still try to go get the ball because he feel like every ball is catchable. So he'd rather take the chance throwing a deep shot out, whether instead of throwing a little check down. And you know, it's great to just be able to get a lot of opportunities like that in practice because, you know, when you get out there in the game, you're expecting those opportunities and you want to be able to make the most out of them.
Sauce, you're still a young player overall, but there are a couple of younger guys on this defense in the secondary, Quantez Stiggers, Jarek Bernard-Converse. What have you seen from them? Obviously, they came up with 2 big plays today, but what have you seen from them in their development?
Man, they both kind of similar, you know, like mentally, you know, they just so willing to learn. You know, that's one thing I can say about the guys that's in our room and the guys that have been in our room, and that's a testament to the coaches and the guys that they bring in. They bring in guys that's hungry and willing to learn. You know, the stuff that we talk about in the meeting room, they just translate it to the field, and they just go out there and make plays. So there's no surprise at all. You know, I was telling Stig, because he made a lot of plays in OTAs, you know, it's training camp, but let's not make it more than what it is. You know, we're going to compete. We always compete regardless. It's just basically OTAs, just with more people watching.
So what does Michael Carter mean for this defense?
He mean a lot. He's an important part to the defense. You know, he helps in the run game. He helps at nickel and the covers aspect of things. And a lot of people might not know this, but when people say corner is the hardest position, you know, nickel probably is harder than corner. You know, because you get those, they can literally run any route against the nickel. You know, but when you on the island, if you got a receiver with a wide split, you know he can only run 3 to 4 routes. You know, but MC, man. He getting over routes, banana sevens. He got to help in the run game. He got to play an important role in the run game. So, man, for him to just be able to do that, I have a huge amount of respect for him, and so does the coaches and the rest of the team.
Coach, you talk about wanting to improve to become the best, but in your third year now, how are you taking the next step as a leader?
And just making sure I'm being vocal. Like I said, when I'm out there, I'm making sure I'm not keeping no secrets. Coach Saleh, he talked about something. He said something earlier. I'm trying to see if I can remember. He said, if you want to get somewhere fast, you go alone, but if you want to get far, you go together. So that's just the main thing. I'm just making sure everything I do, it lines up with the rest of the team. It's not just me. It's not just about me at all, you know. So that's the main thing, just making sure I'm vocal, making sure I'm able to listen, making sure I'm able to give knowledge to the younger guys or guys, whoever need help.
How much more comfortable are you with that than you were 2 years ago, and how much different does it look or sound out there? Like being a leader, taking guys under the wing, that kind of thing for you in practice?
I'm much more comfortable. Like, now I really seen it when we was in OTAs, like when the younger guys would just ask me a lot of stuff, and I'm like, it's making me feel old, even though I know I'm still real young. But it was kind of different. But no, I'll be lying if I said it didn't make me happy to just be able to, you know, just try to teach them some things that I know or some tricks that I know, because I'm actually on the field and just giving them keys or whatever, you know. So it's real different, but I like it. But like year one, you got guys like CJ who look serious all the time, stuff like that, and he the one talking. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna let him talk, and I'm gonna just make sure I execute my job. Cause you young, so it's like you can't try to do too many things at once. You gotta just make sure you know what you're doing, and that's what they wanted me to do. The older guys, the coaches, just make sure you know what you're doing.
There was an article that came out like last week that surveyed people around the league. You were named the third best corner in the league by these anonymous personnel people. I don't know if you saw it, but one of them was not named, but called you overrated, and another one said a couple of guys said you're handsy. You have a reputation for being handsy out there. Just to get your thoughts on that stuff.
I mean, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. If it was year one, I probably would be feeling a certain type of way. But if you had to ask literally everybody who they think their favorite corner is, I don't think everybody would say me. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have some people who say I'm probably number 2, some people say I'm number 3. And I've seen some people say that I wasn't even top 10, and it's just like, that's your opinion. And I can't be mad at you for having an opinion at all. Probably if I was a little bit, like a few years back, I probably would be mad. Like, it was you. I'm just being honest. But now it's one of those things like, of course I'm a big corner, and the receivers, they know I'm going to get hands on them. Like, that's what I do, especially if I'm pressing. And it's one of those things where it's like, you see it on the internet and it's like, okay. But you still think in the back of your head like, jeez, it's like anonymous people saying I'm handsy and overrated more than like the guys that I'm going against. How, you know, it's reporters that saying that, but I haven't really seen receivers say that themselves. When I go against them top receivers, it's like, hey, you a dog, man. Appreciate it. It was good work. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. So I got to take that through one ear and out the other one. And I hear an anonymous source say something like that.
So you would rank yourself 2?
Who?
You would rank yourself number 2?
No, I wouldn't. I think DJ is the best. Once again, I always say DJ is the best. So I 1A and 1B, me and DJ. You know?
Is there anything you can take from that experience to loan it to the football field?
Oh, man. See, every time I hear the word golf, it's just, I don't know. It was just a blessing to be able to have that side quest, you know, part of my off season. One thing I can take, just being in a moment, because golf is kind of similar to football, because say if you hit a bad shot or something like that, you got a decent amount of time to think about it. But it got to be one of those things where it's like, that play over with, just like golf, that shot over with. And it just helped with my mental a lot, just being able to just go out there, and golf is just, you just hear nature, and it's quiet, you know, so it really helped. It really helped me, like, slow my mental down, and I try to make that apply to the football field, you know, especially if I have a bad play or something like that, just come back down, you know, tone it back down, so.